I'm still in nappies. 10 being I'm the wise one. Think about that. Try to get a feel for where you would put yourself on that scale. So firstly, self-awareness. Secondly, flexibility. Thirdly, adaptability. All right. Do you allow yourself to roll with things that you can't control, that you can't influence, that you can't dominate? And that's a really important aspect. Sometimes we just got to accept that, we're playing the long game, right? And in this long game, there are some battles that I'm going to lose and some that I'm going to win. Does that mean I'm going to give up? No. One of the deals that I made with myself a long time ago was that as far as it's in my power, I'm not going to give up on something that is important to me. Having said that, though, there have been times when I've had to let go of relationships. I've had to let go of certain projects that I was absolutely passionately committed to. And as I've gotten older, I've had to let go of certain things that were important to me on a physical level. Although since I had my shoulder replaced, we're getting back to some of that stuff. But that's for another time. So it is really, really, really important that we've got what I call stickability. Right? Now watch this with kids. No, I can't do it. Well, just hang in there, a little bit of practice, and you'll get there most of the time. And if you don't have the good grace to accept that, to really take that on board. Okay, I hope that's been useful to introduce the sort of, vectors in emotional maturity. We've spoken about self-awareness. We've talked about flexibility, adaptability. In the next podcast, I want to dive deep in this notion of frustration, tolerance, hedonism, gratification. The idea that I'm an active driver in my life. The idea of humility. Now, we might have to do another one after that for those last couple ones. But in the meantime, I want you to think about it, reflect on it, journal it. Begin to practice some of it. It's not impossible. It's not hard. Maybe you want to get to next January and make a New Year's resolution and stick to it. Might be a good test. Now, personally, I tend to avoid them for no other reason than, it's a bit like certain holidays where we, practice them, but we're really not into them. And, I've got my energies devoted to a lot of other things than simply, something that might be a bit, in my view, shallow. I know that bit sounds a bit judgy, but there are some things where I go, yeah, just don't worry about it. What used to be important to me when I was 25 is probably not so important now that I'm, where I am in my life, which is a lot older and hopefully a lot wiser. So until next time, remember, it's a journey and we're all on it, and let's make sure that we have a good one. It's ultimately the only one we've got. Please remember also my two books, Mountains of the Sea, which is a great story about how someone overcomes some of these issues and actually learns their own version of emotional maturity, and the other book that I've written, which is Making Good Men Great, Surfing a New Masculinity, which is worthwhile for all of us as men to contemplate and engage in. Because the traditional stuff that we were taught don't work. It just sets us up to feel miserable and ultimately be lonely old men. Until next time, this is me signing off.
Thank you for listening to Inspire Change with Gunter. Gunter Swoboda does individual and group coaching for men looking to grow. For more information on this and the global Making Good Men Great movement, check out goodmengreat.com to get into contact. If you have a topic for the show or would like to be a guest on the air, please email producers at miranda@noirtainment.com. That's Miranda, Miranda, at noirtainment, noirtainment.com. Thank you, and always keep inspiring change.